Alright, what's going on, guys? So it's Derek here from Simnett Nutrition, back to do another Ask Me Monday. So I'm out here today on the trails because we got a beautiful snowfall last night, and I thought it'd be cool to kind of switch up the location where I do these Ask Me Mondays. So as you guys know, this is a series of videos I'm going to be doing every Monday with questions from you guys that I think are better answered in video format than just in the comments below, because they're either commonly asked questions or questions that I think would help more than just that person who asked. So today we have questions on my age, Ninja Warrior, protein powder, cutting and bulking on a vegan diet, keto on a vegan diet, whether or not I was vegetarian before I went vegan, and then also about spirituality. Alright, so I've got my phone here to help me with the questions, and let's get started. So the first question is from JP Iguan, and he asks, or she asks, how old are you? So I just turned 34 in November, which makes me a Scorpio. The next question comes from Herman Schaeffer. Will you ever try to compete in something like Ninja Warrior or Ultimate Beastmaster? So I don't know about this Ultimate Beastmaster. I think that's gonna be something I'm gonna have to look into. But I would absolutely love to compete in Ninja Warrior. But the thing is, you have to be a US citizen in order to apply. So I know I would be able to come up with an awesome audition tape, but you just have to be an American citizen. So that's the only downfall. So if I do figure out a way to become an American citizen, you guys know I'll be living in Venice Beach and I'll be on American Ninja Warrior in no time. All right, let's get into the forest. I think there's a trail coming up here, so we'll get off the train tracks and head into the forest a bit. Oh my gosh, hello. You guys are beautiful. Hi. Nice to meet you. Merry Christmas. Okay. Oh, you're a jumper. Frig, I love dogs so much. All right, man, it's so beautiful. Look at this tree. This tree is so cool. Oh, here's a little trail. Try and take this. I don't think this is a trail. All right, so the next question comes from Gustav Rolandson, and he asks, do you think that protein is necessary to keep your protein intake high enough? So I think what he means by that is, do you think protein powder is necessary to keep your protein intake high enough? And my question back to Gustav would be, high enough for what? High enough to thrive and be healthy and live a long, healthful life on this vegan diet? No, it's definitely not necessary for that. We all have heard the number 0.8 grams per kilogram of body weight, and that's the amount of protein that we need in order to thrive on any diet. And you will easily get that if you eat enough calories on a vegan diet. But if your goals are a bit different and you want to build muscle, then more protein than that will definitely help. So there's lots of studies out there about protein, and correct me if I'm wrong, but from what I've read, the research shows that up to about 1.8 grams per kilogram of lean body mass, I'll touch back on that in a second, can help you put on muscle mass. So when I say lean muscle mass, that means, a body fat percentage that isn't overly high. It means you're not obese. If you have, 30% body fat, you're not gonna need 1.8 grams per kilogram of body weight, because a lot of that is fat. And for the most part, fat is fairly inert and it doesn't take a lot of protein in order to keep that around. Muscle is what really needs it. So that is for lean body weight. And I would say that my body mass is fairly lean. So when I look at how much I get about 1.5 grams per kilogram of body weight. I get around 100 grams of protein per day. So I could be getting a bit more and maybe making slightly better gains, but there are some health risks that come with a higher protein diet. So if you eat a variety of plant foods and you supplement with a little bit of protein powder, I think that's more than enough to help your body to stay healthy but also gain some muscle. Hope that answers your questions. Let me know what you guys think down below, because I'm curious. There's a lot of information and a lot of research out there. I always encourage you guys to do your own research. I am not the Bible of plant-based nutrition, but I know that I've done my research and experimented on myself and know what works for me. So that's what I'm sharing with you guys. These gloves don't allow me to go to the next picture, but my nose does. Okay, let's walk for this next one. So this next question comes from Jeremy. Hey Simnett, did you bulk and cut while on the vegan diet, or have you just stayed lean throughout your calisthenics journey and at the same time put on size and muscle? So, of course, I've experimented with increasing my calories, decreasing my calories. Generally, it goes with the seasons. So, in the winter, I tend to be a little bit more sedentary and I eat more because I'm just around the house more and I'm craving more foods. So that would be sort of more of a bulking season for me, which is right now, I guess. And then summertime, I'm eating a lot more raw foods, a lot more fruit, and I'm outside, I'm a lot more active. So I tend to cut a little bit more in the summer, but I don't generally focus on it. And when I have, I'm never really happy with it. I don't like to force myself to eat a whole bunch of extra calories just in the hopes that I'll get, my biceps might grow like a half an inch or something like that. It's not that important to me. And what I usually find is that my digestion suffers. I end up just eating, a lot more food than what I need. And I feel kind of gluttonous. It's not really necessary. And also I notice that I start getting less shredded and I like the look of having a lean body, and that's kind of the reason why I don't. I tried just before I went to California there. I was kind of on a bit of a mini bulk, I guess you could say. I was trying to eat, more protein, more beans and lentils and that sort of stuff, just get more calories in general. And I started to lose my abs a little bit and I didn't really like the look of it. And then I found out I was going to California, so I quickly tried to shred down a bit. And yeah, it's never been something that I focus on. Not that you guys shouldn't, and I might in the future. If you guys are interested in seeing me do a month or two of bulking, let me know in the comments down below, because I'd be willing to try it again. But I don't know, I just like feeling light, looking lean, feeling athletic. Who knows? Good question though. So the next question comes from FF Dad. Derek, what are your opinions on a keto vegan diet? So I don't think that it's all that practical, for one. Say goodbye to fruits, to beans, to lentils, to rice, buckwheat, oatmeal, quinoa. Say goodbye to those foods. To stay in a ketogenic state, you have to be eating a very low amount of carbohydrates. And the numbers vary depending on, where you look and on the person. But it's generally below 50 grams of carbohydrates. And I think even an avocado, which you would think is mostly fat, which it is, still has about 20 grams of carbohydrates in it. So after you eat that, you're left with 30 grams of carbs at the most after that. So yeah, I don't see the point in restricting some of the most healthful foods on earth, like fruit for one, like I mentioned before, beans, lentils, rice. Yeah, I don't see the point. So anything that most people are looking for a ketogenic diet to do, increase energy, help with weight loss, increase mental clarity and focus, I would say that a whole foods plant-based diet will do it better than that. I just don't get it. If we were living way back in the day when, we couldn't store food like we can today, and there wasn't international food trade market like there is today, then yeah, I'd be pretty thankful for my body to be able to go into ketosis. If I was having to hunt for my food and just eat a small amount of nuts and seeds that we've stored for the year, yeah, I'd be pretty happy about the ketogenic diet. But as far as things are nowadays, and with the access to all the fresh food we have, I just don't see it at all. I don't see the point in it. So I don't know. Let me know down below. Maybe you guys have had a positive experience on a vegan keto diet, and maybe I'm all wrong. Who knows? But that's my opinion on it. All right, check this out, guys. I love this combination of bright green moss and snow together. It just looks so cool. It's awesome. All right. So the next question comes from Dranko. So the next question comes from Dranko Bart. Dranko Bart. Great video. I am curious if you were vegetarian before transitioning to veganism. So a lot of you guys probably know my story of transitioning, but no, I was never vegetarian before I went to veganism. And I didn't just go vegan cold turkey at all. No, I definitely had a transitional period. So really briefly, sort of how my transition went down was I started to learn more about the animal agriculture industry and how absolutely terrible the animals are treated. And I learned really quickly that the dairy industry was no better than the meat industry. I mean, it's almost worse if you really know about it. Started to transition into eating more ethical cuts of meat, happy eggs, free range this and that. And then as I started to continue my research, I realized that that was really only making me feel better about my choices, but it wasn't really doing a hell of a lot for the animals. Because if you guys know, those terms, they don't mean a hell of a lot. And in the end, these animals are being exploited and are used for our enjoyment and our taste buds, because you guys know that we don't need to be eating that stuff. That is the bottom line, is that we don't need to be eating meat. So as soon as I kind of realized that, and you know, I kind of started to put things together and realize that, you know, I love lots of animals, and I say that I love animals and that I'm all about it, and then, you know, I continue to eat them. I just realized that, you know, that wasn't in alignment with things, with my values. So I started to cut those things out, started to feel better, and I started to learn more about those industries and realize that, like, yeah, I can't be consuming any of this stuff if I want to really stay in alignment with my values, my morals, my beliefs. So that's how it went down. So no, never vegetarian, but I did transition into the vegan diet. I didn't do it overnight. Big jump. Okay, and then the last question here comes from Jose Aguilar. Another great video. My question is about your spirituality. You just seem to be really in touch with nature and helping others. What do you practice? I'd like to know, and thanks. Cool, good question. So I don't practice any sort of religion or spiritual belief system that has a name, nor do I care to put a name on it. Really, when it comes down to it, as I mentioned in the last question there, let me get through this little gauntlet, is that I let my moral and ethical compass guide me throughout my decisions in life. And generally, I try to make my decisions based on love and compassion for others. So yeah, I wouldn't consider myself religious. I don't even really know if I'd consider myself spiritual. I guess so, but I just like to have, passion, live with love, and just be in awe and wonder of all the amazing things that are around us. And I think those are some really great qualities that everybody can adopt that will make our lives better. So yeah, hope that answers your question. So all really amazing questions this week. Thank you guys so much for all the support, for asking questions, for liking my videos, for subscribing. If you guys are subscribed and you haven't hit the bell for notifications, definitely hit that bell, because what YouTube has done lately is they have done this different algorithm where even if you're subscribed to me, you don't always see the new videos that I post. So if you hit that bell, it'll help the chances of that happening. I still don't know if that's a sure thing, but that's all I know, because all the other YouTubers are saying it. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching my video, for the support. Definitely leave any questions that you guys have for the next one in the comment section down below, and I'll try and answer them on the next video, the next Ask Me Monday. So Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you guys and your loved ones. It's Christmas Day here, but I'm still grinding out videos for you guys because I love doing this. Thank you guys again, and don't forget to let that moral, ethical, and compassionate compass rule your decisions in life.